Hello, so I'm just here at Smith and Edwards right now in the yard area with my brother. And this is an amazing, interesting, kind of scary place. I'm looking for stuff for forging. So like an anvil and something I can make a forge out of, and then any high carbon steel. So this is a little bit about, where all this stuff comes from. These are World War II to, I'd say, like Vietnam era helmets. Just in giant crates. It's all stuff that the army no longer needs, so they just kind of give it here, and they can't necessarily sell it as military surplus, so it's more of a scrapyard. So anything I find to use as an anvil, I'll explain in a video. It's just, there's all these little things, got all kinds of cans and motors, things like that. We've got ammo cans for days in big stacks over by the front. They're not in eye shot right now. And then we've got like air compressors. We've got old arc welders, which is insane. Oh man, like I don't know if any of these would work. If they did, that might be nice because I know how to weld and I know that those are expensive. Let's see. Looks like these are like the forks to a forklift. This would actually make a really good anvil as far as just a solid surface goes. And I know that that's not mild steel, it's not low carbon steel, it's not iron, it's going to be relatively like medium to high carbon steel. Which means, all that means that you can harden it. So it's the difference between, like a knife blade and just a piece of angle iron like this is the carbon content. But yeah, look at that. Like if I could cut a piece of this off, that'd be nice. I don't know if they have like an oxy-fuel torch or something available that I could use, or that they could use for me. I don't know. The guy at the office seems a little mistrusting, but that's alright. I would mistrust me a little bit too. Oh my goodness. Big old spool, whatever the heck that is. Mysterious boxes that shouldn't be opened for the sake of humanity. Sorry, that highway over there is really noisy. Oh, well, humanity's doomed. Is that an Atari? Or is it a printer? Oh my gosh. You just don't know, man. I mean, video games were invented by someone in the military, so I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Whoa. Abrasive wheels. Or that's what I'm thinking these are. Holy crap. Pardon my profanity. Look at that. It's no angle grinder. So something that would be nice as a forge body would be anything really that, like, there are specific dimensions that I think would be helpful. So like at least 24 inches long sort of thing. And it would have to be big enough to fit the insulating material. Oh, there's an ambulance. It's probably the last guy that got rotavirus from coming here. Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Oh. Alrighty then. But yeah, so like for a forge, it would be nice to have like, yeah, about 24 inches long. That's, from my research at least, that's big enough for like swords and blades. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I think that's an F-16 round actually.
No, look, it's like, feels like it's made of rock.
Oh!
So I'm really confused.
Oh, that might be for like practice loading or something. Yeah, I think these are like dummy bullets. That's really cool. Yeah, those are dummy bullets of F-16 rounds, I think. I don't know, yeah, I don't know why they don't just recycle a lot of this stuff. What are these, rope darts? The US military doesn't use rope darts, or at least not anymore. Just kidding, that's an ancient I think Japanese weapon. Let's see. I don't know why they don't just recycle this stuff. I don't know. It's like, who's going to come here and say, I need about 1.5 million little hex nuts. And they'll be like, oh, good sir, do we have hex nuts? Because they do, but I think I think they could just get a lot more straight up money by just recycling all this stuff. Because some of this stuff is definitely like high carbon steel. Some of it's just mild steel, but all of it's metal. And sketchy. So if I die of hantavirus for YouTube, then I mean, that's a way to go. I'm not. What is this? It's a steak of some kind, not made of beef. Oh my gosh! What is that?
It says mask, chemical, biological, field M17 series.
Oh! I think that's the filters to gas masks. So it's like you put the filters in the bag. It's like the tube comes out here. Or something like that, unless it's just a pocket. Okay, I know that gas masks hook up to a bag of some kind. That might be it. I don't know. Or that might just be a carrier for a gas mask, actually.
How did this lettuce?
But yeah, try not to get like a rodent virus. That would be sad. Let's see, we haven't looked over here a whole lot yet. Oh, that's fiberglass.
What are they?
I wonder if they're fuel tanks? Like internal fuel tanks or something? Just the shape of them looks like they had to be shaped to a body of some kind. I don't know. I'm honestly relatively out of my element when it comes to modern warfare. Like, there are just so many items that I can't even think of what it is. Oh yeah, so just a quick recap. So what I'm looking for as far as an anvil goes, and I already found something kind of like it. That would totally work. But I'll keep looking around for a little bit. For an anvil, I would need something. Want a bajillion pop rivets? Good sir, we have them. Yeah, so an anvil, basically it's like a lot of people think to, here, let me flip around, no, never mind. A lot of people think, oh, I want to find something that looks like an anvil. However, the form follows function, and and that's going to be a theme in a lot of my videos, honestly, just like for fantasy weapons and stuff, form follows function. So if someone is trying to find something that looks like what they know as a modern anvil, they're looking for the form, and they're not looking for the function. And if you're looking for the form, you're probably not going to get quite the right function. What is this? It has a cute little foot. You're probably... Oh, it's a punch. That's cool. Probably not going to get the right function. Because there's that degree of separation. And so I saw a railroad track back there. And a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to take that railroad track and I'm going to grind it down. And this is not my idea. This was definitely from my research. And I think they're going to grind it down and make it, give it a horn on one end, make it look like what they know as an anvil. But if you're thinking about it, you want to not use what looks like an anvil, but okay, think what does, and this is a magnificent way to design any kind of fantasy weapon, or even think what weapon does my character want. You can say, okay, so what's the function of the anvil? The function of the anvil is to be a flat working surface, okay? A flat working surface that transfers the energy really well. It doesn't bounce, it doesn't wiggle, it doesn't wobble, it doesn't vibrate even really. You just want to be able to take the energy and put it right through the metal into the anvil, if that makes sense. And there's still a lot of debate as to whether or not like force comes back up through the anvil. But what I do know is that if it vibrates in any way, that's why I'm wearing steel-toed boots. If it vibrates in any way, you're not going to get a flat piece of metal. Okay, no matter how hard you hit it. And in fact, the more you hit it, the less flat the metal will get. So, why would you want a piece of railroad track? It has those cavities on the sides. I know I'm not explaining this super well. It has those cavities on the sides where, and that little thing in the middle, it looks kind of like an I-beam. Okay, so it will vibrate just a little bit. So it won't be a great anvil. So like these forklift prongs. I don't know what kind of forklift massacre happened here, but there are a lot of forklift prongs. These forklift prongs would be great for an anvil if I was to, like, say, cut off a section right there and there, and then use this as an anvil, or maybe this, but I think this more so. Okay, and mount it to something. So, like, that would work better as an anvil. If you look at anvils before anvils we know them as today, which is the early 1900s or late 1800s British pattern anvil. And of course, there's a lot more research to be done on that sort of thing. But if you look at that kind of anvil, that is for a specific purpose. It's a pretty all-purpose anvil. It's pretty nice, but it is for items that were made in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So, why would you bind yourself down by trying to find that specific type of anvil? That's all I'm trying to say. And there are experts on this, but I completely agree. You're not going to take what looks like an anvil. You're going to take what anvils like an anvil. Japanese anvils, the ones that they would make katanas on, were just big blocks of steel or iron. That's all they were. That's where you got the katana. Some of these barrels might work as a forge body. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to say about anvils. It's just such a helpful piece of life information for me, at least, is the form follows the function. Therefore, look at the function. Don't look at the form. Look at the function. I was going to start my forge out as one type of forge, and then over time and some experimentation, I realized, oh, that's not the type of forge for me. There's a different type of forge that would work a lot better. And because I was looking at the form, I was like, oh, the other one, the one that I'm doing now, I was thinking, oh, that one looks weird, and it seems to take up more room and that sort of thing. But that doesn't matter, because what am I trying to do? Am I trying to do an interior design course, which I am taking one of those, but am I trying to, do an interior design project of a forge? I'm not. I'm trying to make a forge. So why would I care about what it looks like? Anyway, I'm not sure if there's a whole lot more, anything else that would be interesting to you guys in here. I'll just come over to this end. Apparently on the far end it's quote-unquote off limits, which kind of scares me just a little bit. So yeah, I'm not gonna go there. Let's see. There's all of these. I know that gas bottles make great forges. Not really sure I'll get this home. I took a Honda Civic. Let's see. Man, I feel like I'm gonna open something or step on something and something terrible is gonna happen, but it's fun until then. Hello. So yeah, gas bottles like this are pretty popular for forges. It's too long. I'd probably have to cut it a lot, but I have a cutoff wheel and an angle grinder, so that's okay. But
Could just find something shorter.
yeah, I'll keep looking. I'm good with circular or square. That's not a problem for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems seems like it'd be easier to fit everything inside if it was square.
That's true, but that also kind of depends on the type of refractory material. So there's what's called KO wool. I don't know why it's called that, but that is like a ceramic wool fiber. It's like steel wool, but ceramic, and it's made to be heat resistant. It's like really heat resistant.
Like hecka bien heat resistant.
Oh yeah, hecka bien heat resistant. That's a professional term. And so that is what I would line a circular forge with, a cylindrical forge. Whereas, yeah, if I got something square, I would put in fire brick, because that would just be a lot easier. But either way, it's fine. And I'm thinking like a 4-inch opening. I was watching a video by a really good bladesmith named Walter Sorrells, and he was talking about just like what size of forge to make and stuff. And he said about a 4-inch opening is what you're looking for. Alright, well I'm gonna stop filming for a second until I find something, of specific interest. But yeah, cool. Alright, point of view. You've been scouring the world for about 500,000 cute little stout screws. Ta-da! This is literally, they're not that cute or little. It's literally a giant bucket. This is in the way of this entire thing. It's full of these screws. So to all those viewers out there who are looking for these screws, I got them for you. Just kidding, I'm not gonna buy these. You can come here, you can get as many as your cute little heart desires, you lovely people. See, I also found a bunch of files, like literally two, I'm gonna show you. Literally 2 barrels full of old files. This is an entire drum, oil drum of files. And things about files that they're made of high carbon steel. So none of these are huge, but I found some of the bigger ones. I can just make cute little knife blades out of them. I can forge something, or I can anneal them, which means soften them. And I can use stock removal, which means use a good file and my angle grinder and turn them into knife blades. And I would make a video about that. So I did actually get a few of these. I'm excited. You guys are wonderful.